Imagine you just woke up in the morning and you're not feeling like doing anything. So what would you do? You'll obviously take your phone and start scrolling.
5 सेकंड रूल क्या कहता है, आराम से समझते हैं। 5 सेकंड रूल ये कहता है कि आपकी जिंदगी के जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन है ना, वो आपको 5 सेकंड के अंदर लेने हैं। जैसे कि एक एग्जांपल से बताता हूं, ऐसा कितनी बार हुआ है कि तुमने सुबह उठने का एक अलार्म लगाया हो। इमेजिन करो आपको सुबह 5 बजे उठना है और आपने अलार्म लगा दिया कि यार चल मैं 5 बजे उठूंगा। फिर सुबह 5 बजे अलार्म बजता है। जब अलार्म बजता है ना, तो आपके पास केवल 5 सेकंड होते हैं डिसीजन लेने के लिए। अगर आप उस 5 सेकंड के अंदर उठ गए बेड से तो आप उठ जाओगे, बट अगर आपने देरी कर दी और अगर आपने ये सोचा कि यार अभी उठा जाए या नहीं उठा जाए, 5 मिनट सो लूं क्या, अगर आपने 5 सेकंड के अंदर डिसीजन नहीं लिया तो आपका जो दिमाग है ना, वो आप पे हावी हो जाएगा और फिर आप उठने नहीं वाले। फिर आप 2-3 घंटे बाद ही उठोगे आराम से। होता है नहीं है। इसी वजह से अगर आप कभी भी डिस्ट्रैक्टेड हो रहे हो ना, जैसे इमेजिन करो आप रात को पढ़ाई कर रहे थे, अचानक से आपका फोकस चला गया और आप फोन चलाने लग गए। जैसे आपको रियलाइज हो ना कि यार मैं तो फोन चला रहा हूं, तो 5 सेकंड के अंदर अपने फोन को बंद करो और रख दो। सिंपली 5 सेकंड के अंदर। अगर तुमने 1 मिनट भी दिया ना खुद को सोचने के लिए कि यार मैं फोन चला रहा हूं, अच्छा यार मेरे एग्जाम में तो अभी 7 दिन हैं, 7 दिन अगर मैं आज नहीं भी पढ़ूंगा तो भी कुछ नहीं होगा, यार मैं कल भी तो पढ़ सकता हूं, मैं कल 12 घंटे पढ़ लूंगा, यार कल मैं 6 घंटे पढ़ लूंगा। अगर तुमने 1 मिनट भी दिया ना अपने दिमाग को सोचने का, तो दिमाग तुम पे हावी आ जाएगा और फिर तुम पूरी रात भर इंस्टा रील, यूट्यूब शॉर्ट्स स्क्रॉल करते रह जाओगे। हमें क्या करना है, जैसे हम डिस्ट्रैक्टेड हो रहे हैं 5 सेकंड के अंदर डिसीजन लेना है। ठीक है यार फोन को रख दो, हटाओ, 5 सेकंड।
But reflecting on your days and planning your days in advance removes a lot of mental load in the morning so that you can actually sit and focus on the things that matter to you the most. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Having something to do which feels meaningful for you is the key. Because some of you are like 15 years old, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. This is the age when we have to dream because we have all the time in the world to actually chase those dreams. So dream big because you can do it. And make sure that you don't get distracted by every small piece of information which is hitting your phone. Let's start. Basically, there are 2 things which are affecting your brain on a daily basis. And if you don't change them, you'll get to a stage where you won't be able to focus on anything else in your life. And the worst part, you'll start feeling more and more difficult to even remember small pieces of information. Sounds scary, but this is not so far away from the reality. And the first reason is the digital attention economy. Every day we are constantly hit with notifications, social media feeds, video recommendations, and instant dopamine hits. And these devices are designed to steal our attention. And this leads to fragmented thinking. I mean, when was the last time when you could actually read a book without actually feeling the urge to check your phone? In my case, never. And the second reason is a slow, constant rewiring of our brain. Thousands of years back, humans lived as hunter-gatherers, and they were focused on very slow process like finding food or finding a good place to rest. But now, the same brain is being dropped in a world where everything feels important, everything feels urgent, but most of it is completely useless. And this creates this huge cognitive mismatch. I mean, look at yourself now. Every time you scroll, like, or a notification pops up, it is making you think that it is important. And instead of deep focus, our brain slowly started craving for more and more dopamine hits. And the harsh truth is you're not just distracted. You're slowly trained to stay distracted. Do you understand? Someone is controlling the way that you think, the way that you act, and the things that you can do and you can't do. And if you don't fix this, it will only keep getting worse. Because first, distractions will break your focus. And then slowly your brain will start adapting to that quick dopamine hits, making it even more difficult for you to actually focus. But a good part, this can be controlled and you can be trained. And in the next 3 to 4 minutes, I'll be talking about 5 things that you can do to actually start training your brain to focus for extended periods of time. Let's start. The first method is to progressively overload your attention, which means just like your muscles, your brain needs training. I mean, you can't go from watching 15-second reels to directly reading a 200-page book for 5 to 6 hours, right? So instead what you do is to measure how long are you able to sit and work without getting distracted right now. For example, right now I can sit and work for 90 minutes straight. But when I first started, I was even barely able to sit for 15 to 20 minutes without getting distracted. So you can just start with 15 minutes and slowly increase it to 20, 25, 30 and finally to 90 minutes straight. This will take you a couple of weeks or a couple of months based upon how serious you are. Now the second method is called smart dopamine loading, and this is actually a game changer. So the logic here is how much ever you try, after a couple of weeks, you won't be able to kill the urge to check your phone again and again. I mean, even right now, some of you already started getting bored of this video and started reading through the comments. I mean, what can I say? There are thousands and thousands of people who have like PhDs in human psychology who are working days and nights to keep you hooked to your phone. They don't need you to finish watching this video. They just want you to be on their app. So what if you accept your fate and be like, okay, I'll check my phone, I'll keep watching videos, I'll scroll through Instagram, but only in the night after I finish all the work that I have. The reason that this works is because early in the morning you have like a fresh mind. And if you start feeding your brain with more and more dopamine in the morning itself, you'll find it more and more difficult to actually come back and study or come back and work. So instead, have like a slow start. Finish all the work that you have and then start feeding your brain with more and more dopamine hits that the world wants. This method works like wonders.